Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Virgo, make sure you check them out for all three so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have dun, dun, dun. Okay, the Empress. Okay, very nice. So this week, it's likely to be a very sensual and earthy week. Remember, the Empress is a lady, darling. She likes it easy, she likes it breezy, she likes it smooth, beautiful, luxurious, all of those good things. Now, in all of these different areas of your life, where is it that you know that you could probably stand to take your foot off the pedal? If you've been going at a million miles an hour, maybe you've been working really hard, potentially burning the candle at both ends, this week you get to rest and recuperate. So love this for you. The other thing is with the Empress as well, it's about bringing the beauty of life into whatever it is that you're doing. All right. So for your actions and options, you've got the Page of Swords. So when it comes to your paperwork, documentation, crossing your T's, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, this week, take it easy, right? And, you know, there are times when, you know, paperwork and all the rest of it, it's not necessary. It's like, how do you make that beautiful? How do you make that, you know, you're not going to make it luxurious, but you can take it at a pace without stressing about it, right? So do it in the moments that you actually have spare, when you have some time, when you're feeling in the right frame of mind. The other thing is as well, in terms of the options that are available to you this week, there is a chance for you to go back over some subject matter that you've been learning. This might be something that you actually had to take a step back from because it's like, you know what, this is driving me freaking insane. So I'll tell you a story. Just recently, I had a friend buy me a cabinet as a housewarming gift. I put the whole thing together, no problem. And then it came to the doors. My. It took me the better part of an hour and a half to really, and even then it just didn't. And I was like, you know what, before this thing goes out the fucking window, let me just put it down, walk away from it and come back to it. So I slept on it, and then the day after I came back and I was like, oh, that's what you've done, right? This could very much be like something like that. If there's something you've been learning, something that you've been really wrestling with on a mental level, you've been asked to kind of step away from it and go back to it when you're in a better, easier, breezier space. All right. Now for your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. Communications is going to be slow this week, and this is actually a good thing, I think, especially with, you know, the fact that we've got Mars and Uranus in that conjunction over the course of this week. It's going to be a pretty intense week, I think, you know, not in a bad way. I just think that because it's a lot of energy, right? And when we have a lot of energy, it tends to see things quite pent up. And so the fact that communications are slow this week is actually a good thing, right? It's like if I didn't know any better, I would say many of you are taking a week off or out. And I think that could be very beneficial for you at this moment in time. Now, for those of you that are studying, there could be some kind of paperwork or document that you're waiting on. And I will say, it's not that there's a delay, it's just that it's taking longer to get to you than maybe you would like. And a part of that is because you are supposed to be chilling this week. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, it's going to be a much slower week. And I would say to you, take that slower week, right? Just take a beat, right? Like, take a rest. This is really what you're being asked to do more than anything else. And certainly in a work situation, over the course of this week, you know, maybe you can't just take the week off. But what I will say to you might be a really good way of working with this type of energy, where you can see the office and, you know, the work and all the rest of it ramping up, speeding up, etc. Back off a little, all right? Just let it ride out, let it play out as it needs to. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, solopreneur, person that works for themselves, this week, there won't be, it's likely that the clientele slows down or like they trickle in this week, but this is actually a good thing because it's giving you a chance to rest and recuperate, especially at a mental level. And how you're going to do this is through the body. All right, so stimulating that parasympathetic nervous system, relax. That's as much like calme-toi. As best I can say it. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, watch out this week because, and for all of you across the board, when it comes to certainly something that requires paperwork, signatures, etc., it's like there's potential for disputes here. So just, I would say, like this week, put it down, step away from it, and then go back to it at a time where things are a little bit more regulated. For your love and relations, you've got the Three of Swords. So it doesn't always have to be that a partner is leaving us with the Three of Swords. This could actually be that you and your partner have agreed to stop doing something this week, right? Maybe you come to an agreement where it's like, yeah, you know what? I've always noticed that when we hang out with this couple, for the week after we argue and we bicker, and actually I don't want to bring that energy into my relationship. So there's something that you as a collective, right, as your collective energy, because the Empress is number 3, Three of Swords is there, 2 3s represents a calming influence. So you're removing whatever is the barrier or the blockage to that calming influence. So this week, it's almost like you're saying, yeah, you know what, I noticed that when we spend time with that person or when we do this or whatever, it has an adverse effect on the relationship, we're cutting that out. When it comes to those of you, it may even be that your partner says to you, look, you know what, if you want to hang around with A, B and C, that's great, you do you, they're your friends, but I don't want to hang around with them anymore. And to be honest with you, like some people always get at me in the comments when I say this, but as far as I'm concerned, that's the mark of a healthy relationship is that you can spend time with each other's friends and all the rest of it, but you also have your own life away from your partner. It's very healthy for your relationship and your psyche. Otherwise, we start moving towards things like codependence. When it comes to those of you that are single and looking to mingle, somebody that you've probably been talking to, maybe kind of, having a little, chat flirt or whatever to see where it goes. This week, maybe you come to the realization that actually, you know what, no, it's not going anywhere and I'm not really interested in pursuing it any further. Especially because the communication looks like it dies off this week. This is a lot of air, right? So you're very much in the mind this week. And then for your money and materials, you've got the 7 of Cups. Be very, very careful about big purchases this week. In fact, be very careful about any purchase this week. Really, you want to put it through the filter of, do I actually need this or is it an impulse buy? Because it looks like some of you are about to spend money on something that is a total impulse buy and is very likely going to come with a really nasty bit of buyer's remorse. I would be careful with this as well because whatever it is, it looks like you're not going to be able to return it. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this with the Empress, this could be a week where and it's very unlike Virgos to overindulge, right? Like I've never, obviously when it's unconscious energy and it goes a bit wrong and all the rest of it, then yes, absolutely, right? Especially with that OCD tendency that is built into you guys. But it's rare that you find a Virgo that like overeats or, they overdrink or, stuff like that. But this week, you could take it a little further. It's the 7 of Cups with the Empress, darling. Come on. That's that one extra Prosecco too many. It's the extra chocolate, slice of chocolate cake that you really didn't need, but it was just too damn yummy. And, truth be told, life is about a little bit of overindulgence here and there, but this week it feels like you could go a little bit far for it. And I will say, for those of you that are single and actively sort of dating, let's say, the 7 of Cups with the Empress, especially because this is in your health and, partners look to be transient, be careful because this could be where you leave the connection with a little bit more than a smile, and we're not looking for that. Now, when it comes to your... There are times when I wish I could, filter, but whatever. And then finally, when it comes to the home and environment, The external aspect of your home looks to be having problems with water. If you've got problems with your guttering, if you've got like sockets and stuff, like outdoor sockets, make sure that they are well covered and, you know, insulated and all of that kind of stuff. But it does look like there's and for some of you it might literally just be that there's a deluge, and you know the garden or whatever just gets absolutely soaked. But yeah, the external aspect of your home this week is the one that's going to need care. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.